All right, so my last video did not turn out so well. I had my recording system not showing up the virtual pendant. So I'm going to do this again. Um, I would recommend turning on the closed captioning and using your iPad, and you can also switch it to whatever language in the closed captioning to make it a little bit easier for you. So here we go. We have Robot Studio. I'm going to recommend that you open up Robot Studio and click on Open. And you can go to recent and you can find your most recent station to rapid project, just like I am doing right here. And click my auto save data, and I'm going to click yes. And it's going to open up my robot. Now, your robot might look like this, or it might be sitting at the home position. So I'm going to take you through those very simple zooming options. And if you don't know how to do this, I would recommend pausing the video and getting comfortable with zooming in and out by rolling your middle mouse, holding the shift and control button on your keyboard and holding the middle, oops, see, I'm already making the mistake myself. Holding the left mouse button while holding your control and shift button will give you the ability to orbit, okay? And if you hold the control button while holding your left mouse button, you can pan. So again, rolling in and out with your middle mouse button, holding your control and shift button with your left mouse button, and then holding the control button and your left mouse button for panning. So that is a good thing to practice before we move on. So moving to accessing your Flex Pendant, I would like you to go to your Controller tab, and then you will see the Flex Pendant button right here. Click it. It will open up your Flex Pendant. Then I would like you to move over to your operating mode window right here. It's where it says virtual controller, and I'd like you to click that. Your virtual pendant will disappear, but it is just in the background. Remember, it doesn't go away. You can always go down to your taskbar and bring it back up. Every time you click on Robot Studio, the pendant is just behind, so you can always bring it back by just clicking right here. So make sure your operating mode is in manual and that you have clicked on Enable Device. Okay? So now in Robot Studio, over here, we're going to acknowledge this message if it comes up. In Robot Studio, I would like you to go to the Home tab, and we're going to send the robot back to a home position, kind of like our move to Cal. To do that, you're going to right-click on IRB 120, and you're going to scroll down to Move to Pose, and you're going to click Jump to Home. If you do not see the pen tool in the gripper, please look in your Layout tab, find T-Pen, right-click, and turn on the visibility. Now you should see the pen. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Now go back to your virtual pendant, and we are going to go to the main menu, and we're going to go to our program editor. Now I already have a program in here, and you might also have some stuff in here, but I'm going to recommend that we start over. Start from the beginning. So go to Tasks and Programs, this little gray bar up here, and go to File, New Program. And don't save. Now that we have our SMT, which is where we're going to write our program, and if it's not highlighted, just click on SMT, we are going to add our first instruction. Move this out of the way a little bit. Our first movement, which will be where the robot is sitting, is going to be our home, P home movement. We're going to use a move absolute J so that it doesn't have any problems getting to this position. So I'm going to click on move absolute J. And notice that when it wrote this line of instruction that it created an asterisk for the position name. It's doing it with a velocity of 1,000, which is fine, and a zone of 50, and a T-pen tool. I'm going to change the name of my target from an asterisk by clicking away and then clicking on it with 2 clicks and clicking New. I'm going to highlight that position and I'm going to call it P, lowercase, home, and click OK. And again, my velocity is fine, my zones are fine. And if my T-pen is not picked, then I would highlight it and I would pick T-pen and say OK. Now I'm going to go back into RobotStudio and I'm going to highlight my tool, my pen tool, and I'm going to go to my freehand jog, which would be under my home tab, and I'm going to pick jog linear. And I'm going to pull the green arrow with the left mouse click towards me a little bit, and then my z-axis, which is blue, down a little bit, and then my x towards the left a little bit. So you can kind of see what I've just done. And if I kind of rotate my world a little bit, you'll see what I've tried to do is position this thing so that it's working in front of itself. I haven't orientated the tool at all. I'm just trying to get the robot out in front of itself first. Now that I've done that, now I'm going to switch to reorientate. That's this button right here. Now before I go spinning the tool and rotating it, I'm going to right click and I'm going to orientate my view to the front. And when I highlight the tool and I'm reorientating it, now it's very easy for me to just pick one of these circular rotation quaternions at a time. It's like this one was the front view. I just rotated the red circle. Now I'm going to right click and I'm going to view it from the left. And I really didn't have to change much from the left, looks like. And now I'm going to go to the top. And when I look at it from the top, I'm going to kind of just visually kind of look at where that wrist is, and I'm just going to kind of set it just like that. A little mixed up here, but let me see here. There we go. I'm just simulating picking up a pen. So now I got to go back to my linear and I'm going to just bring it down, just straight down towards the table. There we go. Okay, so that's good enough. Looks like it's in the table. Get it up a little bit. So there we go. Now I'm low enough to where I would be just approaching the pen. Now I'm going to say move J. Notice how it's asking me, do I want to put it above or below that line? I'm going to say below. And it's giving me another asterisk. So I'm going to click away and then on it twice. Sometimes you got to do that a couple times. And I'm going to say new position. And I'm going to call this P approach pen because I'm about to pick it up. And I can do that with 1,000 and my zone is 50. So that would be fine. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. You don't have to do this, but maybe you want to see more of my code while I'm writing it. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go back to my workspace and now I'm going to just in jog linear, just move it forward a little bit as if it were to move into the cup, just like that. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do a move linear. This is simulating that gripper just moving forward a little bit into the cup. So now I'm going to double click on this next Rob target and I'm going to call it P at pen. Now for this one, since it's going to be moving in a straight line towards where it's picking the pen up, I'm going to make sure that this velocity is slower than the 1,000. So I'm going to make it V1000. And since it has to actually grab the pen, my zone should be set to fine. All right, now I'm going to pause my video because I have somebody knocking on my door. So where's my pause? I don't know where my pause is. I don't want to stop this video. Let's see here. All right, you guys are going to listen to my guest because I don't know how to pause my video. So hold tight. I'll be out there in a minute. I'm recording the video. Okay, so back. That was Jack. He's building a robot for me. Thank you, Jack. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to their jog linear and we're going to just lift it up as if it's picked up the pen out of the cup. And now we're going to go back to our pendant and we're going to do another move L. This is going to set this position. I'm going to call it P above pen. Now, once again, I want to do that slowly. So V100, my zone should be fine and my pen tool should be active. However, right in between these two, I want that gripper to close. So I'm going to highlight this line and I'm going to click on set. And I'm going to scroll all the way down and I'm going to close my gripper. You'll see it at the bottom. And you'll see that it put set gripper right in between. Let's see if this program works. I'm going to click on debug, PP2 main, and I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to click play on my virtual pendant. And let's see what happens. If I kind of just move it out of the way, I can watch it. Comes down, positions itself, moves in, picks up the pen. You won't see the gripper close because this is the simulation, but everything looks good. So watch the next video for how to record your simulation to a video for submission, but that does make a wrap on this video. So good luck and hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.